Hello, hi, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome back to Yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where we're definitely in a different location. You are gonna get this from me on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, where I am at my money-making job. This is kind of what I do. If you don't know where I work, well, I don't know, take a couple hints, there's clues. I do not support the consumption of any of the liquor surrounding me right now, booze, whatever you want to call it, but it is here. I am not sponsoring this. I am not promoting this. They all say that they use natural flavors, but they are artificial. I think the LeBlanc actually says artificial and natural flavors because it has an orange flavor, and they're actually so good. They're really good. But the neutrals, I know, say that they use natural flavors. Don't trust it. Just buy a bottle of vodka. I know limes are expensive. Get some like lime essential oil or something. Just do not. So I'm sorry if you drink that stuff. By the way, I apologize. But yeah, hi, my name is Jess, and this is what I do. I love actually being a cashier. I pride myself in customer service, and I've talked before of communication and having conversations one-on-one. I love having these 30-second interactions, 30-second to a minute and a half interactions of trying to make somebody's day. Trying not to just be like, hey, how's it going? I try so hard, and I just want to be that, you know, little glimmer in people. And I have so much fun with it. My first job, aside from babysitting, was a cashier job at a Shoppers Drug Mart, or like a drugstore if you don't have a Shoppers Drug Mart where you live. So one tip actually I got from that job, an older gentleman came in. He was a regular. He came in and we had a nightly task to-do list like most places have. And he's like, you know what? When you finish that list, keep busy. If you've swept the floor, sweep the floor again. Sweep the floor 3 times. Do something, because somebody will notice that and you will be rewarded for it. And I worked at this job for 1.5 years, and one of my buddies is like, how much did you get for a raise? I'm like, you get raises at jobs? And he's like, yeah, you've been there for over 1 year and you haven't got a raise? So I asked about one, and then they gave me a 30-cent raise. Then minimum wage went up, so it was like, whatever, was what it was. And that job, I printed out a slip and put it on the staff room wall. It was a little write-up, so a paragraph of why good employees leave. And I just wanted it to be a statement, because I am semi-bold like that. I am semi-passive aggressive like that. And I put that on the wall, and I left. Packed my stuff, and I was gone. But I took a lot of things out of that first job, right? As we all do. And over the years, I've had a lot of jobs like that where I guess you could call it mundane, or it does serve a purpose, especially like if you think of a liquor store. Imagine if liquor stores were closed during 2020 and the chaos that would have arisen because of not having this essential service. Even though it destroys the body, there's nothing wrong with like a good drink, but the amount that people are drinking, the excessiveness of alcohol just destroys the body. But anyways, jobs like this, you gotta have a lot of different jobs. And I'm not saying, I know some people who have worked the same job for 7 years, and that's great, that's fine. You can learn a lot of things depending on what it is. You can get a lot of valuable skill from that job. Maybe it's a landscaping job or some kind of handyman job where you learn so many different little skills that will help you further on in life. Learning how to use certain tools, or how to satisfy another person, people pleasing as one would call it. But you learn so many different skills. And me, I love having a wide variety of skills that I've learned. I've been house cleaner, like door-to-door housekeeping, and then also hotel service housekeeping. I've been a drywaller. I've been a barista. Drywalling's a really interesting one. Hey, and I actually got the drywalling job through being a barista, coffee shop lady. What else have I done? I've done odd jobs of doing construction jobs like that, and my steel toes have come in handy over the years. And what other jobs have I done? I've worked in a restaurant, couple restaurants, both front of house and back of house. I think both are very important. And one thing that's really in common with all these is, one, you're going to have a high turnover rate. You're going to have a lot of people come and go. And I've really had to learn, do not take your job personally unless it's something where it is your own business. It is something that you do truly pride, but taking your work home with you, like there was times, because I've worn a headset before, there have been times where I have fallen asleep to that ding dong of someone pulling up into the drive-through, and bringing that home with me, or bringing home the stress, and only having work to talk about, is not taking work so personally, taking it as you are renting me for X amount of hours for the week. If it's 40 hours, if it's 15 hours, you are renting me. And at the end of the day, I get to go home and hopefully live my life and use this to pay my bills and hopefully pay for some extracurriculars, right? Not taking it too personal. There's definitely things where it's like, take pride in your job. Right now it's an employees market. Everywhere is hiring, especially where I live. Like, people are always hiring, and you have the option to pick and choose where you want to be. And sometimes, like, I definitely recommend staying somewhere for a year. Plan to stay there for, hello. I'm filming a video. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You can say hi.
Hello.
I'm just talking about jobs, and this is Victor. So, it's so important to commit to a job. Don't just go through job, and for one, it frustrates the staff because of the turnover rate. It's so frustrating. But especially to anyone who's young, get a job that is going to build grit, that is going to build that grind. I don't want to be here forever. I don't want to be working in this job forever. There's people out there, no shame at all. Make the money, make that bank. There are people who are career servers. And it's like, could you imagine being, making a lot of money when you're 25 and doing that same job, even if it's a different restaurant, when you're 55? There's no shame. I am not shaming at all. But I see what it does to the body. I've worked with people where it's really destroyed their body. It's destroyed the wrists. And because also they're not taking care of themselves, it also leads to a certain type of lifestyle, especially people who are working till 11, 12 at night. If they're in a bar setting, I'm talking people in their 50s who I know, or even if they're in their late 30s, 40s, they have families and everything. They got to drink and stuff to keep that momentum, keep that vibe going, right? It is really tough. And I guess this is me saying, like, have those years of really tough, really gritty jobs, but use that as motivation. Use that as something to drive you, and take pride in whatever you do, whatever you decide to do. Take pride in that, because that is your character. Doesn't matter if it's a shit show around you, if somebody didn't show up, or 2 people quit, somebody walked out in the middle of their shift, you're missing a bunch of product and people are like, where the heck is this? The bathrooms are a disaster. Definitely keep the bathrooms clean. Always. It is so important to stay true to yourself. Know who you are as a person, because with that too, if you're in a job where you're in the public, so as myself, I'm a cashier. I love being a cashier so much. Being in the public, you start to know people and you start to know their positions in the community. And it doesn't have to be high-ranking positions, but I know a lot of people who are in the softball association, and just knowing who they are, a little bit about them, and it gives you a little bit of leeway sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, you never know. That's a selfish reason. But also, I mentioned my job as a barista. That, working at the way that I did at this job, got me a job as a drywaller, paying double of what I was getting, right? I had no experience in drywalling, but I got this job because the guy's like, you're strong, I would like to hire you. And I'm like, I'm not in a position to be hired right now. Like, I'm in school, I'm finishing my diploma, I want to finish school, I want to just keep my schedule the way it is. He's like, when you graduate, let me know. And sure shit, I graduated, started drywalling, and that's a whole story of its own. That was the whole era. 2018, you were the best year of my life so far. And the year my son was born, that was also a great year. 2021. Don't forget the dates, Mama, don't forget the dates. take pride. If I had to give advice to my younger self, and I think I did a pretty good job at this because I had a lot of angels come into my life, a lot of role models or people who gave words of advice that really resonated with me. Take pride in what you do. Even if it's a shit show, take pride in what you do. Always be doing something for the business, for the company. Unfortunately, you're being rented to do that. And that goes along with take pride. Right? Always be doing something because that work ethic will follow you, right? Especially when you don't want to be doing something, that work ethic will follow you. Rule number 3, have fun. At the end of the day, have fun. You're not always going to like the people that you work with. You're not always going to like the labor. You're not always going to like, maybe there's no labor, maybe there's no work. It's not always going to be sunshines, rainbows and butterflies. But have fun. Have fun with it. Find moments throughout the day. Find something that you love to do. What I love to do, not everyone loves being a cashier. I love doing that. Not everyone's going to like that. Not everyone's going to feel that role. Some people, they love making someone's day through hard work in their garden. They landscapers or, doing stuff like that. Some people find so much satisfaction in plumbing, not just the actual hands-on with adjusting things, making somebody's life easier because their tap's leaking and they don't know what they're doing, and the plumber comes in. Sure, the paycheck's good, but they love that hands-on work. Coming into people's home. I loved house-to-house cleaning. I love seeing all the people's shit, I love seeing, you could see people's family. I'm also energy sensitive, so I would also feel a lot of energies in the house, and I got fired from that job for multiple reasons, but the gals whose company I was, she's like, Jess, you spend too much time cleaning the walls. I'm like, there's so much stuff on the walls, not just like dirt stuff or anything like that, but energy buildup over the years. Just like, Jess, you can't be doing. So, my name's Jess. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful time of day wherever you are. I don't mean to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a little smile going on. Bye.